Russian military equipment is falling into Western hands. This could be bad news for the Chinese military. Welcome to Chine Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. This episode is sponsored by Incogni. You probably know the companies are collecting your personal data, but you may not realize just how many. Dozens, maybe hundreds, most of which you've never heard of, and you have no idea what they're doing with it. Incogni helps stop them. I'll explain more at the end. China is doing the largest military buildup since World War II. And to get there, they've been getting some inspiration, like China's J-31 fighter jet, which looks a lot like America's F-22, and China's Y-20 transport plane, which looks a lot like the Boeing C-17, and China's Z-20 helicopter, which looks surprisingly like a Black Hawk, and even China's Rainbow 4 drone, which is designed to spread the same rainbows of death as America's MQ Reaper. Those designs are largely the result of outright theft of US technology, but China is also using Russian military technology, and that's where things get interesting. The Russian invasion of Ukraine slogs on with heavy casualties on both sides. But one silver lining to the whole affair is that Russian military equipment is being damaged, destroyed, or abandoned. Why is that a good thing? Well, in addition to the obvious dwindling of enemy assets, it means that much of the previously unobtainable Russian military equipment can be given to Western militaries for analysis. And that equipment also helps us understand what's happening in China. See, China's People's Liberation Army got its start thanks to a supply of military hardware from the former Soviet Union. That hardware ranged from rifles to submarines. The PLA took that and reverse engineered it or just outright copied it. Because as we all know, China's greatest strength is the industrial application of copy and paste. One of the more modern weapons China has in its arsenal is the Su-35. It's China's version of the Soviet-era Su-27 fighter plane. The Su-27 has been in Chinese service for many years, but China calls it the J-11. It was manufactured in China through a co-production agreement between Russia and a Chinese company, at least until 2004 when Russia discovered the Chinese company had violated the co-production agreement. Big surprise, I know. Since then, China has been transitioning to a new aircraft. China is taking the J-11 design and making a two-seat version called the J-16. But China still needs Russian hardware for that. As far as we know, China has 129 Russian-built fighters of various types, including 24 Su-35s and 32 Su-27s. China claims to have more than 172 J-16s and well over 400 J-11s. Still, one has to ask, how different are these aircraft from the Russian variant, given the level of reverse engineering applied to other military hardware in the past? Meanwhile, over the last several months, Russia's Su-27, Su-35 fighter jets have been shot down by an ace pilot flying one of Ukraine's Soviet-era MiG-29s. I believe we have footage of that. Anyway, the wreckage of Russian military aircraft has been nothing short of a gift for Western military analysts. From their radar to electronic components, these downed aircraft provide a goldmine of information that Western militaries can use to counter Russian and Chinese military forces in the field of battle. And Western militaries have also discovered that a lot of the Russian aircraft are filled with illicitly sourced American components, particularly microchips. They've also found Chinese components in Russian military hardware. That's becoming something of a joke, with many experts claiming that the Russian procurement of cheap, low-quality Chinese parts helped the Ukrainians more than the Russians. From breakdowns to blown tires to failing mechanics, numerous cases of equipment failures have been traced back to Chinese components. Maybe China should just stick to copying consumer goods. And this episode has been sponsored by Incogni. Whenever you do anything online, there's a lot of companies that collect your personal data. Your name, your email, your home address, your social security number, your employment history, all sorts of things. What are they doing with your data? Some of them are selling it to marketers who want to sell you stuff, or put you on their email lists and send you spam. Others use it for shadier things. When I signed up for Incogni, I discovered there were 76 data brokers that potentially had my private info. I had never heard of most of these companies, but I started looking into them. And it turns out one of them, called Enfocus, collects people's personal data to sell to government agencies. See, the US government can't seize your digital data without a warrant, but they can buy it from a private company. And even spammers are buying your very private data. Earlier this year, my producer Matt got this email offering homeowner stimulus relief, which was a scam. But the creepy part is the sender knew his actual home address. And that's why you should really consider using Incogni. Incogni forces companies to delete your data. Just a few months after signing up, Incogni had already gotten my details removed from 19 data brokers, with 35 more in progress. And I didn't have to do anything after signing up. So check out Incogni. The first 100 people to use the code UNCENSORED at the link below will get 20% off Incogni. Protect your privacy today. Go to incogni.com/uncensored and use the code UNCENSORED to take your personal data off the market. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching China Uncensored.